Welcome to the Don't Know Show, which may or may not be on the show right now, because if it's not there, you're going to have to go over to Twitch. You're going to have to go to STE, Scott Thomas Edward, for Funguy, and you're going to have to watch it on the stream over there, because Scott says, oh, look, there's extra buttons now. And I don't know if I actually recorded the show or just did it, but we did record it on Twitch, because that's where we are, because on this episode, we go live.
Well, we try to go live, and then we do go live.
But we don't know if we recorded it live. But it is live, but it is recorded on Twitch. So go to Twitch, go to STE for Funguy, STE, the number 4, Fun Guy, Fungui. Search it up and you can watch it from there. Okay. In the meantime, we'll just have this bumper up here. And Scott did an awesome thing. And we're live on Twitch, but we don't know if we're live or recorded. Oh well.
Right. So just go to Twitch and search STE for Funguy. Okay. Just make that easy.
And then when you get there, make sure you follow as a click, and then click the notification. So when the live stream comes up, you get notified that we're live, because again, Scott may not have recorded the show and we may not have it recorded. It may only be recorded on Twitch, and it may not be recorded for this. So you might have to go there to watch the show. So watch this, then go to Twitch and look for STE for Funguy, STE, the number 4 Funguy, and watch the episode.
And one of the coolest things is you can make comments and we will interact with you live.
Yes, on the live shows, which are usually recorded on Sunday night between 5 and 6 p.m. Pacific time. If you get on that live stream, you can make comments and we will interact with you. That is the best part. So remember, that's Sunday nights at 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Now, that's not always the case. We might be a little earlier or a little later, but you'll know, but we'll start there.
And that's why you need to have notification on that we're going live. Okay. So that's good. And what did we talk about on this episode?
Okay. Let's see if I can remember, because we talked about a lot. Let's see. Mexican autopsies. Toyota gets some sort of lift, which I think was butt. We warp our drives, and I am going to cook Bon Appetit style.
Yep. And then Al gets rights. VW joins Ford's. Tesla makes 7. No, wait. These are... I'm sure not only did we screw up recording the show, but I think we just screwed up our subjects, because I know that Mexican autopsies wasn't like, it was a story at about Toyota. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. Just start the show. Meeting is now streaming live on custom streaming service. There it is. Live now. STE Funguy streaming. Broadcast series is a channel for mature audiences. Watch now. Now, I've got a mute on mine, so you might have a mute on yours. I don't know if you do or don't. But I don't know how you're going to hear me. Do you have a mute or no?
Well, right now I'm hearing you fine. I'm not hearing anything weird, but it says there's a network error.
Oh.
But that might just be for the player.
Well, I'm watching live.
You're watching live?
It's live. So here it is, folks. Our first attempt at live. I've got the chat open. Can you see the chat? Can you see the chat? You don't see the chat. All right. Well, Tom Jack says hi.
Okay.
So I'll have to watch and see if that thing starts popping. I might have to put it on a different monitor, but it's pretty close to being live right now.
Okay.
There is a delay, but that's cool. So welcome to the Don't Know Show. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. In this tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show and podcast.
And now live Twitch stream.
Yes.
A live Twitch stream. So you guys can come back up. So we'll see if anybody jumps on and comments or anything like that. That's going to be very interesting. But this is what the Twitch we're going to use?
Well, yes. I have to... When you saw that, did it say the Don't Know Show on it, like I set it up as?
Well, yeah, but it says ST for Funguy The Entertainer presents the Don't Know Show. So it's very convoluted to find people to get here, but it is STE for Funguy that you have to follow on Twitch,
right?
Not the Don't Know Show. So it's not going to list out as the Don't Know Show on Twitch. It's going to list
right.
Out
well, there's a possibility that I can create a new Twitch channel, but this was the one I already had. So
yeah, well, they're free, right?
I believe that is correct.
Yeah, so I don't know why you didn't make one, but that's fine. You do it. You do you.
You do me. Hey, wait a minute. I don't want you to do me.
So we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today, which apparently is Scott's had a rough week
Oh,
and
you
was
are
not
not
able to
kidding.
do anything ahead of time. What are you doing?
I don't have a show board up yet.
Way to go, dude. Well, why would this be? Why
I was
would this
really, I,
show be-
I was really working hard to make this work.
why would this show be anything different than anything else? Now, our Twitch show won't have our preamble on it of what we're going to talk about because we do that after.
Oh, that's right.
So we could pre-write it in the future if you'd like. Good luck with that. We won't know what we're going to cover in the show. So
I know that's what makes it weird.
yeah, it's kind of cool. So yeah, so what you're seeing is you're seeing Zoom. Well, you can see what you're seeing on Twitch, right? Or no? You can't
Yes,
see.
well, I can, but I'm not in there at the moment because I'm trying to get their show board up.
Yeah, good luck with
which
that.
I almost have. I have it. Yes, I'm
So we're
on
gonna
a
talk
roll.
we're gonna talk about our picture. Scott calls me and goes, "Oh, the moon is so cool. Go out and get a picture of it. Go out and get a picture of it." So
It's not bad.
that's
Although,
actually kind of a cool picture.
This is what I really hate about taking pictures of this. When you're looking at this moon, the thing is freaking huge in the sky. And I mean, it's huge. And in the picture, it looks like a little dot. It's like,
Well,
what the hell?
I could zoom in and make it bigger. I mean,
Yeah. But now that picture's taken, of course, in Las Vegas. And when I saw this picture, it was here in Delavan. And I'll tell you something. I'm standing outside looking up in the sky, and it was.
well, move your
absolutely
head. I want to
huge.
see your picture of the moon.
It's not a
Wow,
picture of the
that's
moon. I didn't get a
amazing.
picture of the moon.
That's amazing, dude. Look at that picture behind you.
This,
You told me to
this is
do
one
this.
of the places I was at over 2 weekends ago.
Oh, here goes Scott screwing everything up again.
It's all your fault.
So far we have nobody live on the stream. Nobody's seen this. Nobody knows us yet. So I keep looking up there to see if there's any chat. It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna have to bring a monitor down or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, this is our learning show, so it's good. It doesn't matter.
But on there is a mute if I want to bring it down to the screen. But then I'd have to move the show board up. So yeah, it's kind of weird, kind of interesting, but I like it. I like it. I like it.
As long as you can see the chat thing now, I'll have to open up a separate window, and that might work for me.
You can't see the chat? Like there's not a way to expand it on yours? Kind of
Not
weird.
if I have the show board open.
Well, yeah, you might need another computer.
Correct. I got to figure this out.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So when we ended the last show, we were talking about food. We were talking about Scott going to restaurants and stuff like that.
But
I think it was off the air, or I don't know if it was on the air, but Scott goes, "Don't you remember when you cleared the restaurant?" And I'm like, "No, I do not remember when I cleared
which
the
is
restaurant."
funny because
You were at this
to this day still talks about it.
Well, apparently it was this Mexican restaurant. Was it this or is it a restaurant across the street?
Restaurant Kitty Corner across the street.
All right. So diagonally across the street is that Mexican restaurant still there?
It was not a Mexican restaurant at the time. It was a Southwestern it was a Southwestern style restaurant. I think it was called King Pyro's.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. I'm King Pyro. All right.
Yes. So remember it had the bowling alley in the same building?
No.
You don't remember any of it, which is just funny, but it was the four of us, me and Susie and you and Kathy May, because she was up visiting and you were up visiting. This was, oh my God, this is
gotta be 30 years ago.
At least. It was late 80s, early 90s, 90s, right? So anyway, but I remember that we were talking about stuff because she was in medical school at the time, and she was talking about autopsies and about how the weird things that happens during an autopsy, because like they stuff the head and the skull with newspapers after they take the brain out. And you were mentioning about working with EMTs and going down the railroad tracks after a poor soul couldn't handle life anymore and jumped in front of a train.
So he laid his head down on the tracks, dude.
Is that what
he was
did?
laying? The best I could figure, he was laying on the tracks, facing the train. That is impressive, because if you're laying on it and you feel, have you ever put your ear down on a railroad track just to hear?
You could hear a train coming from literally over a mile away.
Yeah. So I couldn't imagine how this guy stayed there so patiently and was able to do that. That's
what he wanted. That's all you can say.
Yeah. So this is cool though. We are live on Twitch on STE4 Funguy.
I am going to continue to do stuff while we're doing this because you multitask faster than I do.
I just switch back and forth between things faster. I can't do two things at once.
That's not true. I've heard that you can.
No, I can't. I just switch back and forth really quickly.
That's
But
not-
yeah, so all right. So we were talking about that. We were talking about the guy. And now what happened?
While
This
you
is
guys
your
were
story,
talking
so-
about that, the place was really busy when we got there, and we sat down. We were talking about all sorts of stuff. Halfway through the meal, you got into this conversation. Before the meal was done, Susie says, "Where did everybody go?" And all the tables around us had moved to the other tables farther away from us. It was hilarious.
I don't remember this.
Yep.
So it's Kathy's fault, not mine.
Well, she started it, and of course, you are louder than she is. So
Me loud?
no,
Please. They
Steve.
must be talking about somebody else. So I apparently cleared this restaurant, but this is diagonal from the new restaurant that you found last week that you like.
Right, which is called Aranda's. And it's kind of interesting because we actually found out more information about the place.
Okay. Tell me about it.
The decor I told you was built in Aranda's and shipped up here. It was actually all hand built. It's a small private firm. They don't do, what do they call that? Mass production. Everything, even though they made 100 chairs and 50, 40 or 20 booths or whatever they made, it was all hand done, which is really cool. And if you look on they put little leather signs on everything saying where it was built and who built it, which is cool.
Really? So
Yeah.
you know where Aranda's is in Mexico?
Yes and no. I actually looked it up when we were in the restaurant and saw it on the map, but I
It
don't
is an
remember.
actual place, Aranda's.
Oh yeah, it's a
Aranda's,
town in
Mexico.
Mexico.
It's central Mexico, a
Right.
little more towards the west coast and east coast. Looks like about, where's my, really? I don't have
Really?
there's no mile scale on this map.
How
it's,
weird
It's
is
east
that?
of Guadalajara and north of Mexico City. So why is there no, there it is. There's 100 miles. It's about 100 miles east of Guadalajara and about 100 miles north of Mexico City. But Mexico City is like 300 miles east of Guadalajara. So that's pretty cool.
It is. We got a kick out of it. The staff there was very friendly. The food was incredibly fresh. I still prefer Hernandez chimichangas, although Susie really, really loved these guys' chimichangas.
Aren't chimichangas fried?
The way I eat them is yes. This wasn't fried. This was
That's why. You had American style. They did them Aranda style.
correct. And the other difference is instead of pieces of steak, it was more like pieces of pot roast.
Huh.
But don't get me wrong, it was still really, really good. But
Yeah.
the pico de gallo was so fresh, I ate it with a spoon. I'm straight, just ate it instead of
pico de gallo is supposed to be fresh because it's uncooked salsa.
I realize that, but
Do you
still,
realize that?
by the time a lot of restaurants, when you get pico de gallo, it's kind of soft and squishy.
Pico de gallo.
It's been sitting for a while since it was prepared. It's almost like they prepared it and sent it to the table.
So you'll eat anything, is what you're
No,
saying.
You know how picky I am.
You're like a beaver.
Now, beavers don't eat everything. They eat wood.
They don't eat wood. They chew wood for their
Just
teeth.
chew on it for
And
the
they
teeth,
make-
otherwise
and they
their
make
teeth get too
dams.
long. Damn it.
Damn-
I hate it's so
Damn
rude.
beavers. So guess what?
Wood.
We had that article where was it a beaver? No, it was a guy in England who had the TV, that old TV that he would turn on. Remember that? And he took down the internet in the town.
Yes.
Right? Well, guess what?
Wood.
Western Canada also has their internet coming down, and it was done by beavers.
Really?
Yes. They took down the wire. They were building a dam on about 1,000 TELUS customers in Tumble Ridge, British Columbia. Now, here's the part. The town is only 2,000 people. 1,000 of them were shut off for 36 hours because the beavers were going through and they were eating the white. They ate the wire and they used this part of their dam. They took the dam apart. What?
I said, okay.
Yeah, they took the dam apart and they actually found the wire in there. It's hilarious. It is a 4.5-inch thick conduit that they chewed through.
Well,
it's
yeah.
3 feet underground. 3 feet underground. And they had a 4.5-inch conduit.
That is impressive.
And the beavers just got some tape and chewed right through it and put it in their dam. I guess they wanted their dam to be a little longer lasting.
Are you tired, Steve?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that might have been a lack of oxygen, yawn.
Okay. Well,
that's pretty funny, right?
That there's a lack of oxygen, or that the beavers did that?
That the beavers did that.
I will guarantee you that nobody there thought it funny.
I will guarantee.
Guarantee.
Guarantee. Guarantee. All right. Do you have the show board open?
I do.
How would you segue from that story to our next story?
Oh, that was really easy.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious, since they have these dams that they're building and they're usually pretty big, do they have lifts?
Yes, they have lifts. They have little elevators inside. Because you get it. See, British Columbia, owned by England. In England, they call elevator lifts.
That's right.
Very good. That was good. I noticed that I'm looking up and you're looking up a lot more this show because we have our screens of our watching our live stream.
Exactly.
I'm trying to figure out how to get this down lower. Let me see if I can.
Here's the thing. I'm seeing the live screen also, but what I'm not seeing is the chat window.
I've seen the chat window, and so far, Tom Jackson's only said hi.
Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get the chat window to pop up.
Yeah, because you got to be able to see that.
Yeah, it'd be kind of nice. I even looked in the settings. I don't see anything about the chat window.
It's usually to the side. There's like a little push button. Why don't you share the screen with me and let's see what kind of loop we get going. Let's see if I can turn it on for you really quick.
Okay. We suppose we could make this interesting. Bloop.
Yeah, let's see what it does when we do this. Uh-oh. I can't get you to the front here. Why won't it bring? Oh, it's looping through.
It's looping. Oh, is that freaky? Look at this. Like looking in dual mirrors.
All right, well, undo that.
That is cool.
Stop sharing. Yeah, that didn't work. All right, that didn't work. Usually there's a little button, like a little arrow that points this way or something like that.
Oh, okay. I see that. Expand. Aha! Chat. Stream chat. Woohoo!
I'm gonna
See, when I used to do the gaming, it was automatically there. So I don't know.
Did you get that new chat?
I certainly did.
All right, there you go. So now you'll see it if it comes up.
We know it's working. We know it's working.
There.
We should have.
Couldn't believe you don't know how to do that.
Oh, again, it's been at least 3 years since I've done Twitch.
Whatever, dude.
They even said, "Welcome back" when I logged in.
Yeah, nice. Why does it say we have two? Who are the two people? We have two viewers.
Probably you and I.
Oh, you jumped in too?
Well, yeah, I'm seeing it. That's how we got it.
No, but you're streaming it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
How do I see the names of the users? The users there's one, Tom Jack. Users in chat. But there says there's two people viewing. I don't know how to.
Well, we are learning, folks.
Oh well. At some point we'll see names.
Yes.
We can do the romper room thing. I see. Okay, whatever. All right. So, Lyft. You brought up Lyft.
Yes. And so, what would be really cool is if these lifts were built in Japan.
Okay. So, all right. You know,
I know.
You had the segue. You ruined it. You did so good.
I know.
And then you ruined it. All right. So, read the subject. This is where we play Scott Makes Up the Story. Read the subject.
Toyota to buy Lyft.
All right. So what's the story? Without reading it, tell me what the story is.
The story is Toyota has built dams with beavers, and they bought the Lyft for the beavers.
No, the real story. You do a
Real
good job
story.
of coming up with real stories. Now, what is the real story? You do this all the time. You don't read the story. You just make it up based on what the subject is.
Oh,
It's not a segue. What's the story?
well, when I clicked on the storyline or the link, I have a blank screen.
Right. So come on. Tell me what the story is. Toyota to buy Lyft.
Right.
What does that mean?
I would assume that means the Toyota company has
Yes.
purchased the Lyft company so that they can make all Lyft cars Toyota cars.
Bingo. Okay. There is just one little more detail that is Toyota Corp is going to acquire Lyft Inc.'s self-driving technology unit. So you know, I've got Aptiv. Aptiv is out there, and you can get it. Well, I told you about this, right? In Vegas, you can go do the automated car. Well, Toyota bought that division of Lyft, which means Lyft could actually have a profit for the first time this next quarter.
Okay.
So does that mean that their stock price will go up? Is this a stock to buy? Is this a something we should do?
I don't buy stock.
You don't take any stock in what I'm saying?
No. Although I'd like to put you in stocks.
Yes. That will allow it to become profitable sooner. It takes away the burden of risk developing the cost center to Main Street. But that would be cool if
Wood.
Wood, get it from the Beavers?
No,
wood.
not wood. Wood.
Wood.
No,
wood from the Beavers. I was backwards segueing.
Yes, you were.
But Toyota said in February it'll develop and build autonomous minivans. How's that?
Okay.
Well, they have the minivans. They're going to make autonomous ones for ride sharing.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
And then, of course, all of us drivers are going to have to find new jobs.
You still need entertainer on there. Still need somebody to.
Through this past weekend, I did 2 groups. In both groups, that's the one thing that they said. This is the most fun we've ever had in a rented vehicle.
Ah. And here's the best part, and I wish they would give me this. The Toyota's going to receive $200 million cash up front, and then the remaining $350 million paid over 5 years. That's not that much.
No, I could barely live on that.
Well, if you were developing a remote car. But the sales will also remove $100 million annual net operating costs, Lyft said. So that's a good deal. If they're gonna take away $1 million in annual operating costs and get $550, that's pretty good.
Yep, I'll go with it.
But yes, but yeah, Aptiv is what the lifted deal is here in Vegas. I don't know where it is. There's in a few other places that you can do that. But so tell me about your rides that the people liked, or can you not?
Well, no, one was just a bachelorette party, and the other was a golf outing. Both groups just had fun because I was fun with them.
Cool.
But
what does the golf outing do? What do you pick them up?
I literally drove to their lake house. They got all the stuff, including their golf clubs, a cooler, and a bunch of other stuff on the bus. And then, I'm chatting with them and stuff and having fun with them as they're driving to the golf course. Get to the golf course, help them unload everything. And then 6 hours later, I go back, pick them up, help them load everything up. At this point, they've had a little bit more alcohol.
Nice,
and drive them back into the same thing. And of course, I should have taken pictures of it, and I didn't. But on the side of the bus, before I got there, this is the little white bus where we can write things. Like when we do a wedding, we write the bride and groom's name on there.
Uh-huh.
I wrote going golfing better in working. So better in working, right? Going golfing, better in working. They said that was so funny. They just loved it.
Good.
On the way home, I changed it. Said, played golf, lost lots of balls, still better in working. And they said that was the absolute best.
Yeah. Well, we've said it many times when I was on the golf course. A bad day on the golf course is still better than a good day at work.
Yes.
So that's cool, man. Yeah. But if you're going to drive, but
it was enjoyable, except for the fact that I don't know if you heard, we had 35-mile-an-hour winds.
no, we had them here too.
So the bus, I mean, I had white knuckle syndrome by the time I got him there because
Really?
just trying
That
to stay
bad,
in
huh?
one lane. Well,
Wow.
yeah, it's like it's driving a billboard down the street, right?
Well, driving a sail down the street. Yeah.
Yeah. So once I got them there and they got off the bus, he says, remember, with these winds, I expect to hear about those 350-yard drives. I know you will be lying, but at least they'll be 300.
Yeah. That's cool.
And they thought that was funny.
You are funny. You're a fun guy.
I'm a fun guy.
You're a funny guy. So between automated driving cars and getting to places really fast now, you will be out of a job.
Yeah.
Because not only will you get them there and you won't need to drive, but it's going to be so quick because you know that physics came up with a idea to make light speed warp drive actually a possibility.
I don't think they came up with an idea of how to make it. They came up with a theory that it is possible.
Okay, what's an idea?
An idea
is a theory, right?
Well, the way you said it sounded like they actually came up with a way to do it already.
They did. They did. Don't you watch Star Trek?
Of course I watch Star Trek.
Do they do it in Star Trek?
Of course they do it in Star Trek.
Okay. Do you watch Star Wars?
Yes, I watch Star Wars.
Do they do it in Star Wars?
I believe they don't call it warp speed.
Do they do it? Did you watch Battlestar Galactica?
Yes.
Do they do it in Battlestar Galactica?
Did Battlestar Galactica have warp speed, or did they use wormholes?
And then what about the Orville?
The Orville.
Yeah. Did they have warp drive? Yes, they do.
You know, that was supposed to come back too. I wonder what
COVID hopefully didn't kill it.
Screwed that up. Yeah. That was fun.
What about Interstellar or Thor?
Well, for all practical purposes, we're talking about faster than light. Not necessarily called warp, but FTL, faster than light.
All those places are already doing it.
We put our pull up, and I think I burned myself.
You put your pull. Well, I'm burned.
Yes, I see that. But I usually don't burn. You do.
I am terrible. I am the world's
You
worst
burn
person.
on cloudy days.
I am Polish and Slovenian.
Yeah.
There is not a darker, danker place in the world from the sun. And yeah.
That's not really true either, but that's okay.
Yep. But they are saying that they figured out how to do the math so that it is now mathematically possible for this idea theory to work.
Yes. I saw that before you even put it on there. I was going to do that too.
What? Make quotes like that?
No, this subject matter. So
it's not actually matter. It's actually
antimatter.
Ooh.
You like
I
that?
got to that joke before you. A theorized type of matter. It's actually called negative mass in this. It's a ring of negative energy density to work. Yeah.
Well, needless to say, these are smarter people than me.
Well, this gets you closer to you wanting to go to space.
Yes. But
which we have a story on that
unless
later
we get what's the word I'm looking for? Friendly aliens to come down and start offering rides, our technology will take too long to create for it to be valuable.
Well, we have a story later that you're kind of jumping the gun on here, but
really?
Yeah.
That's I told you I had a rough week. I had not looked at your store.
But space tourism is coming up in the second half of our show. So make sure you stick around for the second half of our show, Scott.
All right. Yeah, because I looked at it earlier today. I was trying to come up with stuff.
Good thing I came up with subjects.
Yes. Well, I saw you did, which was good because I had so much shit to do.
So so much shit to do.
Yes.
So Funguy The Entertainer cooks for you. Are you going to do them live on Twitch too?
No.
Why not?
Because it's in my kitchen, not my studio.
So why can't you just log in
With my cell phone,
all your
yes.
cameras?
Again, don't have enough time now to do it the way I want to do it.
But you paid for the thing so you can have multiple streams. You have all the cameras going.
Right.
That would be so
true.
cool.
I suppose I can try it.
That would be cool, dude.
I only paid for 1 month to see if I liked it, and so far it seems to be good. So
well,
I'll buy it by the year because it saves money.
But you know what I'm saying, right?
I
do. Or
do.
Maybe you don't.
Did we just get married?
What?
I said I do. Does that mean we're married?
We've been married for a long time, man.
Yeah. Are you my work husband?
We live in a what you call it state? What do they call that? Where you're after 7 years you're just married.
Oh,
you don't know show.
And I know what it is too. Common law.
Common law. Yeah, you're my common law husband.
Cool beans.
Right?
See, that was even before it was okay to be that way.
Yeah. So I was looking at Bon Appetit puts out popular recipes for each month.
Okay.
So the 10 most popular recipes for April of 2021 were, and I was wondering if you would ever make any of these. Dan pappardelle. Wide ribbons of pappardelle are ideal vehicle for this heavy 5-spice scented pork ragu, bursting with salty, sweet, creamy, spicy flavors. How do you say that noodle? Pappardelle.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen that. I don't know how to say it. The Don't Know Show.
I don't know.
What about this? Anzac biscuits. These things look like cookies. All right, you know what?
Oh my goodness, this is a spicy dish. Holy cow.
I need to share this because the pictures are pretty good. And I want to see how that works on, you disabled sharing. Nice going.
It's your fault.
Are you enabling it?
Maybe.
Do you remember where the settings are for that? No, man.
It should be good. Should be good.
You ruined it. You broke it. It's awful.
Well, every time you start the thing, you got to click that button, and I forgot because we rushed.
All right, so this is it. Anzac biscuits, oats, coconut, and rich golden syrup. This recipe is a beloved Australian.
That looks good. I'd make those.
Would you?
Yeah.
Those are biscuits.
They're not. They call cookies biscuits over there.
Okay. Check this shit out. Chicken pad see-ew. Another noodle dish, but I like pate, but there's a pad see-ew. Would you make that? It's a Thai stir-fry noodle dish. Do you do stir-fry?
I have not, no.
All right. What about that one? Look at that. It's a pan-seared chicken breast with crunchy radish salad.
I would make that for Susie. I do not. Susie does.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. There's potatoes. No, those are all radishes. I thought those were potatoes. Those are all radishes with chicken.
Right.
So you got to look at Bon Appetit and do this. Okay, really? Cuckoo Paka? This version of a classic Eastern African chicken curry. I would like that. They just smash the chicken and then just pour the curry over the top.
I would say that was correct. That's very similar to how they the Germans do their schnitzel.
You ever make pot stickers?
No, we do get them a lot though. Okay,
pea and ricotta pot stickers. I'm thinking no. Pea and ricotta?
I'm thinking yes.
Really? You like pea? So it looks like, if you look at the one that's cut open there, it looks like they mix the pea with the ricotta.
That is correct.
Yeah, you like that?
I think I would like that, yes.
Wow. And then there you go. Of course, you got to have alcohol is your favorite recipe, right? Rosemary Mescal Fizz.
Right.
No, thank you.
Yes, I'll go.
It's like they're trying to fizz. That looks like soda water there. It looks like they're trying to make a Truly, one of those White
yes.
Claws, a
Those
White
things are
Claw with
so
mezcal.
nasty.
Why you gonna wreck a mezcal with make it a White Claw, right?
Yep.
How about this one? Ginger scallion tofu scramble with spinach and chili oil.
Okay, I can see you eating that.
Hey, it's really good. If you cook tofu properly, it's really good. And then this one looks good. I like bok choy. Do you like bok choy?
I could take it or leave it.
But this is, look at that. Brown sauce and crispy garlic.
Yes.
What's the brown sauce?
You don't want to know.
Oh, it's an oyster sauce. No. But it says veganized. All right, we got to go view recipe. Shiitake mushrooms, good. Wine, soy sauce. Oh, that could be good. Unsubscribe. All right, that could be good. That brown sauce could be good. What do you think? Could be good, right?
Eh.
And then that's it. But, you should take a look at that. The Bon Appetit top best and grab one and do one.
The part that really sucks is things are looking up. We're vaccinated now. I'm feeling better now, but now I'm busy.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're busy, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. All right. A lights just went off at somebody's house. Nice going. Thank you very much. Alexa, turn the lights back on.
I did that someplace. Oh, somebody wanted me to close the garage door, and there's no automatic garage door. You have to pull it down by hand. So I did the clap thing and just stared at it. He goes, "What are you doing?" He says, "I could swear this is supposed to work." And he's like, "Really?" I just didn't get it.
That's so bad.
So I manually closed it.
Yeah. Well, by hand.
Yeah.
That's cute. So why don't you tell us, Funguy the Entertainer? So let's see. We are on STE Funguy on Twitch live. So we can start watching that. Yeah, you're going to have to send out the Twitter release,
yes,
letting you know that we're live. So
I've got some ideas.
So you have to set that up, and then you'll
theoretically next week is supposed to be much more better.
This one's fine.
You don't understand what I went through this week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off the air.
Yes.
But you have a positivity message for us.
I do. Oh, okay. I'll just say it then. When the flowers start to bloom and the air smells like spring, it awakens the knowledge that life blossoms even after periods of darkness.
I like that, especially after periods of darkness. A deep, dark winter, and you got spring. Spring is sprung.
Exactly. And we had 2020.
Yeah.
So 2021 is much more better.
Yeah, not much more. Not that much more better. But
no, it is a lot better. It's still not what it needs to be because we still have too much crap going on in the world. But still,
yeah, it's crazy.
Cuckoo bonkers.
But Al is not getting.
I'm a little upset that he's been lying.
He's not getting equity in the company. They want truth, fairness, and equity for Al. Truth, fairness, and equity for Al. Truth, fairness, and equity for Al.
So when are we supposed to do the protest?
We're discriminating against Al. Apparently.
I'm not.
Well,
I don't discriminate against anybody.
If you read some of the articles that came out on this, it did sound like we are discriminating against AI, and they're worried about putting in laws for AI to not be discriminated against. And that's the way that some of the headlines were written. But actually, I'm at the Federal Trade Commission, and the Federal Trade Commission says that artificial intelligence is starting to look at people's resumes, medicine, finance, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
With Alexa on your phones, it's listening to you, right?
Yes.
Your phone's listening to you.
It is.
So they're saying, the Federal Trade Commission is saying that they want to make sure that the companies use the information fairly, that they don't violate any of the fair credit reporting acts, that they don't violate any of the equal credit opportunity acts. You can't
And of course,
use
privacy.
unfair and deceptive practices. So they can't do racially biased or age biased algorithms.
Right. Or sexually biased.
Or sexually biased. Yeah. So you cannot discriminate or set a AI to discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, national origin, sex, marital status, age, or because a person receives public assistance.
Right.
Isn't that crazy? But they're at least coming out with laws keeping up with the technology finally.
Yes.
So
they're
that's
only 20 years behind, but hey, at least they're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. New this week. New for 2021. I mean, this literally just came out 2021, just April of 2021 that this came out. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Well, it's because, with all the big data and all the machines out there, then learning, AI, Al has predictive analytics.
Al.
So yeah, it's crazy. Got to do it truthfully and fairly. So good luck with that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can prove it.
Okay. One of the things that is a theme in most science fiction movies or other similar drama, thriller type movies, it's always the same thing. Scientists in general are trying to make the world a better place. However, governments and militaries and stuff help fund the research because of the obviously military applications available with some of this stuff. So this kind of stuff is very important.
Important.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you go to Mexico while I take a 30-second trip?
No.
Please.
Do you remember last week when we talked about Ford shutting down Mustang production?
Yes.
Well, guess what? It has now moved to Volkswagen.
Bad.
Volkswagen.
Bad.
The semiconductor shortage strikes again. Volkswagen Mexico is going to suspend production of the Jetta models for 2 weeks.
Okay.
They're also going to pause the assembly of the Tiguan SUV for 11 days.
All right. Can I start my first conspiracy theory?
Go for it.
All right.
You've never done one before.
You do realize there is no shortage of these chips. This is just a way to make the vehicle worth more so they can get more profit by saying that there's a shortage of them.
Well, there is a shortage. Here's where the shortage is. In getting them here and shipping. Our shipping is so clogged right now, it's not even funny. Because of all of the online ordering and everything that people have done during the pandemic, the containers coming from overseas have increased so bad that here on the West Coast, if you were to go to Long Beach, and I'm going to see where Long Beach is compared to the
excellent
Long Beach.
Because I'm going to go do something really weird. Keep talking.
Why are you leaving? You can't leave.
I can leave. I'm not really leaving.
All right, so there's Long Beach and there's Newport Beach. So that is, I don't know how many miles that is. That's like 30, 40 miles.
Okay, which is,
And then Catalina Island is
depending on the traffic, it's 3 or 4 hours, right?
Right, but the boats are lined up to come into the harbors that come overseas, the container boats, right?
Yes.
Because they come from China, they come to the West Coast. Comprendo?
Yeah.
If you were to go to the beach right now, you would see container boats lined up all the way across Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, all the way past Catalina Island. As far as the eye can see, these boats are stacked up.
They are.
And they can't get them in there. And then when they get them in there, they don't have enough chassis. They don't have enough drivers. And they can't get the stuff out and back fast enough to get it loaded on the boats to get out of here.
Right.
It's crazy.
It is. And Again, we talked about how when you go through town, almost every restaurant and any store that's open has a help wanted sign out because they can't get anybody to work.
Right. So hopefully in September this will end and we can move on from there. But yeah, it's crazy. Crazy, man. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Crazy.
I'd ask how crazy it is, but with the amount of crazies you've already said, it's crazy.
It's so crazy that imagine it during all this stuff, a car manufacturer having a 7th straight profitable quarter. Could you imagine with all these companies shutting down, not being able to get all the parts in there? Could you imagine one car company doing so well that for 7 straight quarters, that's almost 2 years.
All right. This must be a company that nobody's ever heard of, right?
No, it's a big company.
No, I don't believe you. Because
nobody's
ever heard of Tesla before, ever.
They made a 438 million with an M profit in Q1.
Okay. I could live on that.
Profit. 7 straight profit. Okay, dig this. The company Ford, 438 million in a 3-month period that ended March 31st as sales, more than doubled the same period last year. More than doubled the total. Model X is where everybody's buying to. The new versions. 2,000 of sales were a lower price Model 3 on Model Y SUVs. So they're gonna do the higher price Model S. They're gonna pause, bring those down a little bit, and they're gonna pause the Model X's because everybody wants the Model 3s and the Model Y SUVs. Isn't that crazy? But it rears its ugly head. The California faces challenge as it tries to reach its 2nd straight annual profit this year. There's a global shortage of semiconductors. That is forcing automakers to idle their factories.
Where have we heard that
and
from?
Tesla is facing renewed scrutiny of its autopilot. But a global shortage of semiconductors. Oh my God, 2 stories in a row. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Crazy. But yeah, I didn't see it yet, but Elon Musk hosted Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. Did you hear about some of the guys that refused to work with him?
No.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Well, they're not saying because they have a right to not work with anybody they don't want to.
What do you mean some of the guys? Some people from the show?
Yes. Here. The boss, who's Lorne Michaels, won't ever make them do anything they don't want to do. So apparently cast members won't be forced to appear alongside Elon Musk when he hosts the show. Some cast members have made it clear that they're less than enthused by the prospect of having him on the stage of the studio. So they don't name names.
Well, why don't they just go after him then? Why don't they just go, annoyed 6 days ago, confused and annoyed. Why?
Well, apparently they think he's destroying the planet.
Well, why don't they have skits on that then?
Exactly. And I guess Miley Cyrus wanted to be on the show also, and they all bitched at him because they said that he doesn't like women.
But she was on the show, wasn't she?
I did not watch it.
Because they got hammered for tweeting out stuff during the week, which they weren't supposed to do.
Correct.
So that's pretty funny.
All I know is that what's the word I'm looking for? It blew up on social media yesterday.
All right, Andrew Dismukes, who's one of the not ready for primetime players, gave his take on an Instagram story over a photo of the SNL Cherry O'Terry, which looked like a magazine cover. Muke wrote, "Only CEO I want to do a sketch with is Cherry O'Terry."
Cherry O'Terry?
Yeah, remember her?
No.
She was a cast member. Wow, okay. This is going to go nowhere on a Don't Know show because Scott doesn't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
I was so thirsty. I drank that whole blasted bottle down. Now I'm burping.
yeah, I don't see. I don't. Whatever, dude.
Whatever.
Yeah, we usually go guest Miley Cyrus.
So
Yeah.
and, yep. I don't know because I didn't check the current news feeds, but the last I heard is people were complaining about it, but nobody backed down. That's the last thing I found.
Trump was on it. Trump was on there in November of 2015.
Right.
He was on the show. Yeah, whatever. Get up there and make fun of them.
Exactly. Besides, it's what do you remember when they used to roast people all the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
The tweet prompted a rebuke from cast member Bowen Yang, who commented instead, "What the does that even mean?"
Yeah.
Well, again, nobody knows what these guys, Bowen Yang, as we do, whatever, dudes. You guys are funny. Get out there and lampoon him.
That's right. Because you know that if you accepted a roast, you knew that the whole show was going to be about disparaging you, period, in a funny way. But you could tell that some of those people by the end of the show, they were not happy anymore.
No, that's whatever.
Yep. If you don't have thick enough skin to handle people making fun of you, don't do it.
Right. So Nevada's back in the news again. I talked about this before. He would love to have Elon Musk here building his battery factory. I mean, North Las Vegas says it, and he's trying to get these innovation zones. He's trying to take these large areas that are like desolate, right? And then make the companies come in and build up their own infrastructure and everything.
Yes.
But if they do that, they're the local government.
Yes.
The company is actually the local government. So they get to exercise their powers like they're the local government for that area because they built up, they had the water, the sewer, they bring the electrical in and everything.
Exactly.
But in these innovation zones, we wanted to get it together. He said that you can have the certain amount of land, have it, but you have to commit to investing 1.25 billion. But now it's just, now I'm going to do a study. Before he said we're going to do it.
Right.
He's going to give away this property up by Reno. And I'm like, no, give it down here, man. Nobody wants to be up in Reno. They want to come down here. But whatever. But now they're going to commission a study to do it. So I'm like, innovation zones. Yay!
Yay!
Innovation zones. Way to go. Commission a study. Now it's going to take forever for that to happen. So, some things take 20 years to happen.
Are you sure?
Yep. And you know what took 20 years to happen?
Let me guess. It's something we talked about earlier in the show, right?
Yeah, we're finally back to it. Space tourism.
Yeah, I like space tourism.
You know, it started 20 years ago.
I want to be a tour guide.
You know that wealthy businessman, Dennis Tito, paid $20 million for a seat on the Russian Soyuz spacecraft. He was the first tourist to visit the International Space Station.
I sort of remember that.
There's only been 7 people since then in the last 20 years.
Okay.
But in the next 12 months, we're going to be doing it like regular, like clockwork. And how cool would that be?
I like it. I could already see the vetting they're going to have to do for the astronauts that are going to have to deal with civilians.
Yeah.
Because you're in space. You make a mistake, people die.
So, yeah, but look how many accidents we've actually had.
It's been
the space program.
Really small.
Yeah, 2, 3. And
not counting the ones in the movies. They do
only
not
2 of them
count.
died. Well, no. Okay, your story. Go for it.
What's my story? It's your story.
Your story.
Okay, my story is don't believe the movies.
What movies?
How many movies have you seen where this stuff has happened up in space? The space station has a fire in it, and there's an air shortage, and they're waiting for rescue, and nobody can get there. None of this stuff really happened. It's all fiction.
What do you think? This is Aliens, the movie Aliens? Some guy's going to come out of my stomach?
Well, would that be a guy or would it be a critter?
I thought he was a guy because he put out a top hat and tails and sang. Hello, Melanie. Hello. It was from a spoof movie.
Yes, I do remember seeing that. That part was funny. Normally, I'm not that big into the spoof movies, but I remember seeing that scene. It was all right.
But yeah, they're saying that by the end of next year, we're going to start going out. I don't know what the price is going to be, though. That's the question. It's definitely not going to be the 20 million. Billion.
Right. It's got to be coming down.
But it's got to be around 200,000, right?
I would.
Here it is. Reasonable. It costs both price between 200,000 and 250,000. So that means that original 20 million, if it's 200,000, could pay for 100 tickets on these flights.
Right. Exactly.
So that's cool.
Well, we talked about last week how the SpaceX put 4 astronauts up at the ISS. So, again, it's happening. It's real.
Yeah, there's like 11 people up there right now.
And they're not robots.
Yeah, but there's new robots coming to the airports.
There is?
And they're going to need them on these spaceships too.
That sort of makes sense.
So you got to have carry-on on your spaceship, right? You have carry-on. So they got new machines at the TSA checkpoints, and it's saying that they can finally leave liquids and laptops in the bag because of how it's the next generation screening system. And, it could be years or even a decade before these systems are actually introduced, but they've developed them.
Okay. Are you saying that these new devices are going to be able to tell the fluids that are in these containers?
I don't know what it's able to do because it's not invented yet. It's kind of like warp drive. It's kind of like warp drive, right? Because the current ones are X-ray scanning machines, right?
Right.
And it uses computer tomography, right? Where it's, the different scanning to see what it is, a 3D image.
Correct.
All right. So these new ones are like CT images. And you can be able to tell better. So again, it's not invented yet. So
okay. I see.
They have the idea behind it.
They're working to develop these. I get it. Again, Star Trek. People were so enamored by Star Trek and the things that they were able to do, they invented this stuff. This is what's happening. This is so cool.
Yep.
Everybody made fun of me because I was a nerd. I say, ha! Nerds rule the world.
Nerd. That was sort of a movie.
Animal House.
Oh, I'm dying, man.
Why? Well, Revenge of the Nerds, that was in there too.
I'm just.
Well, I chugged this whole tea and I didn't even do that. So what's your excuse?
I'm old and don't know how to drink anymore. But you can hear my voice is kind of cutting out. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the sunburn affected it or what. Kind of weird.
Was that from goofing?
I'm far from goofing. I don't know. What's this word?
Coddiwomple?
What?
You never heard of a Coddiwomple?
No.
Well,
because it's not a thing you would hear of. It's a verb.
It's a verb?
So it's not a noun. It's a verb.
It's a verb?
Yeah.
Well, technically, it's an English slang word, but it's one that has been used not only for hundreds of years, it is making a comeback.
Coddiwomple?
Yes.
You mean like backpacking across Europe? You would be coddiwompling?
Well, yes and no.
What do you mean yes and no? That's exactly what it is. Okay, here we go again, folks. Scott picks a word and doesn't even know what the definition of the word is.
I know what
I looked up the word. I look up the word and do it.
It doesn't say backpacking across Europe. It means traveling in a purposeful manner towards a vague destination.
Okay, do you know what you do when you backpack across Europe?
You follow maps. Well, nowadays you follow your GPS thing on your phone.
When you backpack across Europe, you travel to next hostel to get as many places as you can, which in other words would be to travel in a purposeful manner towards a vague destination.
Your destination is to the next hostel. How could that be vague?
That's purposeful manner. You don't know where you're going to end up when you're done backpacking.
Oh, I see. It's the
overall trip. The overall trip. When you backpack across, I said backpacking across Europe. That's pretty vague. That's a big country. You could end up anywhere. That's vague. But getting from hostel to hostel is a purposeful trip.
Do not be hostile.
Manner. Wow. Okay. What do you think it means? And tell me why I'm wrong.
This will be
fun. No, I'm wrong. This is going to be fun. Go ahead.
Well, the other thing you were wrong about was that you said that I was wrong.
I didn't say you were wrong. I said you were wrong to saying I was wrong.
Oh, see, you're so confused.
I'm not confused. You're confused.
I'm not confused. You're confused. Wait a minute. We're going to drive everybody crazy.
This is a don't know show. You don't know.
I don't know. And you don't know.
Living up to the name of the show.
Which is not a bad idea.
Well, at least we got our first Twitch show under our belt.
Yes, we did.
Nobody even jumped in on it, so that kind of sucks.
Well, part of the problem is I haven't been on in 3 years, so as a result, my followers probably didn't even realize this was happening.
Well, you never sent me the name, so I couldn't send it to anybody.
I didn't know if it was going to work.
We didn't even know the name of the show when we got on it the first time.
Yes, which I will work on this week.
So with that, I want to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show's not a bad life decision and more fun now that we're live.
Yes, jump on and tell us how stupid we are. Type in those comments. We will interact with you.
Yes,
go to STE, the number 4, Fun Guy on Twitch. That's STE, Stephen Thomas Edward, 4, the number 4, Fun Guy, FUNGUY on Twitch. Search for us, look for us, watch for us to come live. Click the little bell notification, follow us, all the other stuff. And I want you to be positive and test negative. And we'll see you on the next show.
Be genuinely positive, live and love life, and have a good one.